I'm Misty, RN Health and Wellness Coach, and I have a great recipe for you today. This is going to be a chicken tortilla soup. It's usually a summer soup, but here we are in October, and that's okay. I've got some corn from the garden that I chopped. You can totally get frozen corn out of the grocery store, no big deal. And then I've got some yellow squash that came from the garden, so I'm thawing that out today to put in this soup. I have this special cousin of mine whose husband had some heart surgery, and since I remember that experience very well with my former ICU patients, I really want to help them out and just take them a meal and just give them some salad and some soup and some fresh baked bread and just get them started on a good, give them a break. You know how that goes. You come home from hospital, you're getting used to a whole new eating routine and a whole new way of life, and it can be overwhelming, and it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be overwhelming. It can be enjoyable. We can still enjoy great food, and we can still enjoy great fun together and just enjoy life, right? So that's my goal today. Now, I'm going to use my Instapot because I've kind of gone a little late in getting my stuff together. I have a smaller Instapot than most people do. Some of the mamas I know out there are looking for quick ways to cook supper, and Instapot's your go-to, man. It's so good. You can do fresh green beans and potatoes out of the garden in 10 minutes. Like, that's what sold me on the Instapot. And, a half-frozen roast, put it in before I go to church, and it's ready to go when I come home. Yeah, those kind of things sell me on the Instapot. I think it's awesome. But this can also be done in the crock pot the night before you can go to bed. Put it in all of this in the crock pot, go to bed, get up the next morning, put it in your thermos to take to work. You can put it in your kids' thermos and put it in their little school packs. They can have some hot soup that's absolutely fresh and delicious. It's just so many things. You can put it in the morning before you go to work and then have it when you get home from work. It's just awesome. So I think that's it. That's all I had to say about that. Ingredients: tomatoes, chicken, yellow squash, corn. That's optional. If that's not on your plan for either carbs or just, some people don't digest corn very well, you can leave that out totally. A 3-pepper onion blend. We're making life easy today, right? This is a 10-ounce bag of peppers, green peppers, red peppers, and onions. So I'm not even chopping onions today. So this is a 12-ounce bag. It's going in the Instapot. There it goes. We have, I thought salsa might taste really good in this, so here we have a 16-ounce jar of mild traditional salsa. If you like yours a little spicy, you can totally do that. So there goes our salsa. I'm going to go ahead and take my yellow squash. That's about a cup and a half. I always double bag it so they don't get freezer burned. Yeah, about a cup and a half. There's that. And then I have some fresh tomatoes that came from the garden. We still have a few tomatoes coming on, so we'll go ahead and put those in. So in addition to our salsa, just a little bit of freshness in there. I do have some fresh herbs still on from the garden too. I'll be putting some fresh oregano in there. Oregano's been studied for so many good properties, antiviral, antibacterial. They've even been studying it for heart failure. So what better herb to put in here for a heart patient than some oregano right off the vine. They're perennial. They're easy to grow. I have some paprika I'm going to season my chicken with. Get back to these tomatoes. Oh wow, it's going to give it some good freshness and juice, the fresh herbs and the fresh vegetables. People kind of don't have to worry about chopping a bunch of vegetables. Like you can see, we just put some from frozen. Your freezer department from your local grocery store works perfectly, right? There's a lot of people out there who are just one or two people in the house and they don't want to cook a lot of food. So, small meals like this are very beneficial, and especially those small bags of vegetables that you can just throw in and heat up as you need and as you want. All right, so I have 3 little cloves of garlic. Those are going to go in the pot. Oh, this is so good. Garlic's going to give it that flavor. Delicious flavor. Okay, so here's my chicken. Open up this chicken, and I'm going to season it with some paprika, some onion powder. I'm not measuring this. You know how much you do. You can do a teaspoon. You can do whatever flavors you like. If you like a little cayenne pepper in yours, you can do cayenne pepper. This is regular black pepper. And then a little bit of cumin. If you want coriander, oh, there we go. Needs a little bit more, and I have to wash my hands. I don't want to take any chances contaminating anything because I opened the chicken. Let's see, I've got some coriander here. I can use that. There we go. All right. See, this doesn't have to be complicated. This is not a bone-in, just so you know. So that's going in the Instapot, right? Let me pull this out so you can see it. Yep. On top of those vegetables is going to be this spicy chicken. And we want to make sure that it's not overfilled. That could be bad, right? And then I've got 1 box of chicken broth. And I may not need it all. I don't. That's probably a cup. Okay? So to get a soup, right, this is just to cook our vegetables down. You're going to use the whole box in your crock pot. You're going to have a bigger Instapot. You can use the whole thing. What I'm going to do, since mine is small and I want a nice big pot of soup, is I'm just going to go ahead and simmer this in my Instapot for about 20 minutes. Doesn't take long for that chicken to be done. 20 minutes tops, it'll be ready. And then I'll just transfer it to a soup pot, add all of my chicken broth. And then if it needs anything else added, it's just for 2 people. So it doesn't have to be a great big pot of soup. But that's going to give it a ton of flavor. It's going to be done in 20 minutes. And then I just add the chicken broth to thicken it, not to thicken it, but to add more to it. And then I'll probably add my corn because I didn't have enough room for the corn in this one. But when the chicken's done, I'll just transfer it to that pot and add those items. And then it'll be ready to take over to her house and be done. So, let me know how you fix your tortilla soup and how you help your family members who are starting a new lifestyle. Because, that's not easy to do, is it? But it can be. It can be easier when we understand we have the tools to use and we have the support that we need and we have the items that are available in our grocery store that make it a whole lot easier. So I am Misty. I am trying to simplify health God's way, and I hope this little recipe has been helpful for you today. And I will put that on the blog so that you have that recipe and you can use it anytime. You have a great day.